As of today, it's been on the New York Times bestseller list for 49 weeks. And no, it's not a spy thriller or a Trump tell-all. Here's our Power Player of the Week.
I could not continue to have my family in my life and be in any way respectful of myself.
Tara Westover is describing her journey, the story she tells in Educated, which has been on the bestseller list for almost a year.
I think people want to believe that they can change.
It's a remarkable but painful account that has captivated hundreds of thousands of readers. Tara grew up in Bucks Peak, Idaho, one of 7 children. Their dad was a Mormon survivalist who believed the government had been taken over by an evil organization.
You never went to grade school or high school. Why not?
He thought if we went to school that we would be brainwashed.
What's your birthday?
I don't know my birthday.
Tara describes a break when she was 16. Her father wouldn't let them see doctors, but after her brother was in a bad accident, she disobeyed her dad and took her brother to a hospital.
I could tell I was going in one direction and he was going the other direction, and it was not clear to me how the relationship was going to survive.
The next year, she began her formal education, passing an exam and attending Brigham Young University.
I was pretty wildly unprepared. One of my first lectures that I went to, I raised my hand and asked the lecturer what the Holocaust was. I just never heard of it before.
But with the help of some female classmates and a fierce drive to learn, Tara thrived.
I think for some of us, having not had access to education, when we finally got it, for me anyway, there was a kind of obsessive quality for that, and I wasn't going to stop until I kind of run out of road.
Tara got a fellowship to Harvard and ended up with a PhD from Cambridge University in England. But it wasn't easy breaking away from Bucks Peak.
At one point in the book, you describe yourself as an ignorant girl who crawled out of the scrap heap. Did you really think of yourself that way?
I think I thought of myself that way and worse.
Her family said her academic success came at the expense of her soul.
That tension for a lot of years between this idea of myself as this whore and my idea of myself as a scholar was very difficult to reconcile.
And that led Tara to the final chapter of being educated.
For me, I ended up discovering for myself that I could love my family and still choose to say goodbye to them.
When was the last time you talked to your mom or dad?
The last time I saw my mother, it's probably been about 1.5 years since I saw her for maybe 5 minutes, and since I saw her for a real amount of time, 4 or 5 years.
Tara hopes her story helps other people estranged from family understand they're not alone.
I remember thinking to myself, I don't know how I can believe that I'm a good person when I know that my mother doesn't think I'm a good person. For me, it's about saying, this is not a good option. This is not a nice thing to have happen. But I do think there's a way to be at peace with it.
Tara Westover says she now wants to write about rural education and why even good students have trouble graduating from college. Whatever her next project, it should be interesting.